Heritage Day festivities are bringing South Africans from all backgrounds together. Today in Komani, hundreds of people from across the province will attend a gathering with traditional leaders from many nations. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda speaks to attendees, provincial leaders and artists performing for the large crowds. Good afternoon to you, Ronald. Happy Heritage Day. And of course, the festivities are underway in earnest. What is happening at the moment?
Good afternoon, Sir Cindy. Well, the program has just started here in Lexington, and what we are seeing is actually traditional leaders making their way to the marquee, as well as politicians. It is a full house here in the area, despite the rain not playing its part. Premier, I'm going to bring you into the conversation quickly. I know you are in a hurry today. Very important occasion. People have come out. How important is Heritage Day in the province?
Thank you very much, Ronald, and greetings to Cicinda as well. Thank you very much. Heritage Day is so important to us because it gives us a moment to reflect back where we are coming from, who are we, where we are going, where are we, understanding very well the challenges that the country is going through. So we're quite happy to see today that almost all our kings, out of all the challenges of the weather, they are out there, they are here today with us, with their people, to celebrate this day. We are a province that is so diverse, cultural diverse. There are a lot of tribes that are here enjoying their cultural diversity. So it's important for our social cohesion, bringing our people together. Our people are going through a lot, gender-based violence, femicide, moral decay. So we are also trying to activate the moral regeneration, trying to revive our spirit, trying to reconnect. We're here today in this center, in this site, where everything has happened, where the real ideas of formation the ANC started. There was only one woman in that meeting, Charlotte Maqeke, with all men who were here. Today you talk about a country that is united, non-sexist, non-racial, democratic and prosperous. It's simply because of the work that was done way before. We are here to celebrate 140 years anniversary of this site, of this church. We are looking forward. We want to declare it as a heritage site. ANC has made some initiatives as a political party. It has run a lot of a series of fundraising for this site. 250 million today has been fundraised by the ANC with an NPO of the church to make sure that this site is modernized, is revived, even if it's declared as a heritage, but in a modernized way. So we are looking forward to that, and we're quite happy to work with church, to work with traditional leaders. This province is clear. We have a vision of moving forward, of changing the socio-economic outlook of this province, working with all the social partners. When you see them coming out like this, it's an expression of confidence to the leadership of the ANC and the leadership of government. We're quite happy as government. We can't ask for more. We are moving forward.
Traditional leaders also play a very important part in society, Premier, and one gets a sense that from some of the traditional leaders, they feel that they're not treated equally, not only here in the province, but in South Africa as a whole. Do you share that view? What more can be done for traditional leaders?
Yes, it's a national challenge. We understand how different provinces are. Other provinces have got only one king. We've got about 7 kings. So you look at the issues of the fiscal cliff that we go through. We're trying our level best where we can to make sure that our traditional leaders are treated better. Here in the province, the first province that has built a house of traditional leaders. It's this province that has been having headmen that are actually given salaries for all the years. We are kind of changed how the national picture has been all about. Yes, it's not enough, but we want traditional leaders to work with us on developmental initiatives. Some of issues that might not come from the fiscus might come out of development activities that can take place here, feeding our people. We brought a tractor here today in this site. NPO working with church, working with community, must be able to feed the people, feed the schools. The school nutrition program that we have must be able to buy vegetables here. So we want that self-sustaining kind of an arrangement here in the community. That's rural development for us as government of the East. So we are working hard to bring our people together for the purpose of prosperity and development.
Quite disturbing, Premier, to hear of reports of mothers killing their own children, not only in Butterworth recently, at Oleni, but also in Lusikisiki. A mother killing her children recently. And a lot of people attribute this to the issue of hunger. How dire is this, and is government in the province doing enough?
Government of the ANC is paying about 32 billion rands a year to beneficiaries of social security grant in the Eastern Cape. Government of the ANC has introduced a second meal to our kids at school. Government of the ANC is giving a social security grant to our kids. So the issue of hunger, yes, is there, because we are underdeveloped as a province. We are going forward in developing the province, but sometimes it's easy. It's an easy way of putting it. So we are looking at all these issues from a broader perspective, from a psychological point of view. What exactly are the issues around this? These kids have got some support. When we grew up here, we never had a meal at school. We were hungry at home, hungry at school, but here we are today. So I think the society must be able to have a proper dialogue. Look at all these number of other issues, how we as households we are supporting each other. But it's easy to blame government. It's easy to throw everything. As I'm saying, government is doing everything to push back frontiers of poverty. All these interventions have been done to make sure that our people are actually moving out of hunger. 350, yes, it might look small, but government is making an intervention in a dire situation. Yes, the hunger is there. It's because of the level of the underdevelopment and all that. Yes, we are doing something about that as government. They are clear, decisive interventions we are making.
Let me go into that point, because you make a point of social grants, etc., the government and school nutritional program. But the issue of unemployment, I mean, it's well known that this is the poorest province. What are you as government doing? Because the youth unemployment is exorbitant.
You know, this province has been a labor center deliberately done by colonial system. I'm not blaming colonial system now, because our government over the last 29 years, the apartheid system has been severe here in this province deliberately. Hence, this province has always been sending its own brains out of the province to develop other provinces. We are doing something about that. I can tell you, this is the province that has been dropping the high unemployment rate over the last 3 years. From 2020 now, almost close to 10% numbers are dropping. We're creating jobs. It's not just a question of dropping simply because people are leaving. More than 23,000 jobs have been created. We are continuing creating jobs. We've done an investment conference this week. Towards the end, we're doing a third installment of our investment conference. We've been moving around the country, around the continent, around the world, bringing investors here. We are seeing investors' confidence coming. There is stability here. There's a policy certainty in the province. So there's a leadership that is clear to say, how do we navigate our development trajectory out of all these challenges? We are that leadership that must actually discover its mission and fulfill it. We can no longer blame the past. We're here now. We've got land. We've got human capital. We have a little that government can invest in the real capital. We've got technology. So these are things that are called the factors of production. So we need to put them together and balance that equation. If we are getting that equilibrium and able to move forward, we will be able to address all these historic, socio-economic chronic challenges. Yes, there's been an issue, but we're working hard. A number of our kids are going to school. Government is spending about 42 billion rands a year, over 1 million students who are in our tertiary students. Bulk of that is from this province, because this is the poorest province benefiting out of NSFAS. That's the work of government that is doing. We are looking at skills revolution. We are working hard to turn around the situation. We are turning this socio-economic outlook of our province. Bulk infrastructure of work that is being done. Mzimbobu Dam, N2 Highway, a lot of social infrastructure, clinics, hospitals, schools. This is what we are doing in this province to make sure that this province is changing completely to be a province that can create a greener pastures for our people.
Very lastly, media reports suggest that you fired heads of departments.
That's a lie. Thank you very much.
Is that a lie? Okay.
Yeah, that's a lie. No head of day has been fired.
Okay. Thank you. Well, that was Oscar Mabuyane, the Premier of the Eastern Cape. It's back to the studio.
Ronald Masinda there in the Eastern Cape as we mark Heritage Day, touching on very pertinent issues around what we celebrate as South Africans' unity in diversity, but also notwithstanding that there are socio-economic challenges that are perennial: poverty, unemployment, inequality. And the Premier there touching on what government has done at least to try and attract the much-needed skill and talent to boost the economy of the Eastern Cape, highlighting the fact that the colonial and apartheid legacy still lives on in terms of the structure or spatial planning of the province, but they have crisscrossed. They have conferences, imbizo, and all sorts of other community engagements